Hey, Barton, I got a call from that client. They've got a lot of employees. They're in that inspection business. And, I was talking with them. They're like, look, we keep having these employee issues come up of, people, threatening lawsuits on discrimination and this, that, and the other. And as we know, we've represented them for a while. I think they run a pretty clean shop. But I was asking them about, coverage and insurance. And I was like, hey, do you have EPLI insurance? And they're like, no, we don't. And they didn't even know what it was. I was a little shocked, especially considering the number of employees that they have.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, with that, I want to get some talking points to go, back to them to just address EPLI. Do you mind giving me a few talking points to talk about with them?
No, happy to. I mean, EPLI, Employment Practices Liability Insurance, is, as you know, it's a fantastic specialty policy. It protects the employer in this situation from claims from current employees, former employees for harassment, discrimination, retaliation, wrongful termination. It'll cover legal costs, as you know. It can cover settlements. It can cover verdicts. It's fantastic for protecting a business owner.
Yeah. Are there certain things that it just won't cover that you know of, or like certain exclusions that we always, that you always see?
There's one particular claim. If you have an overtime claim under the FLSA, Fair Labor Standards Act, an EPLI policy will not pay out for attorney's fees for your former employees or for the overtime wages, even if you reach a settlement, because those types of settlements or verdicts can get out of control, and insurance doesn't know how to manage that risk.
Okay. So employers really need to be looking at how are they paying folks, how are those folks classified, et cetera, because that's not going to be covered by this or really any insurance. Can you get any insurance for that?
You can sometimes get a rider that covers Fair Labor Standards Act violations, but I mean, the standard policy is it's going to cover legal costs.
Okay.
You might have a deductible.
Right.
Company might have to pay the first $5,000 in legal costs out of pocket.
Yeah.
After that, the policy is going to cover legal costs. So that is critical for a business, because defending against an employment lawsuit can be $10, $20, $50, $100,000 just defending it, and that doesn't even get you all the way to the end of the lawsuit.
Gotcha. Okay.
So EPLI policy really, really, really minimizes exposure to legal fees.
Okay.
It also minimizes exposure to an ultimate settlement or a jury verdict. That's typically the main thing that it's designed to cover as well. So if you're in the middle of a lawsuit covered by EPLI, the EPLI policy can help you negotiate with the employee and reach a settlement, and EPLI coverage will pay it.
Oh, okay.
If you go all the way to trial and lose, EPLI will also pay for that verdict.
Oh, okay. Because otherwise, companies they've got to float that out of their own pocket.
They've got to come out of pocket. Yeah. Business owners, maybe a fantastic business, but coming up with $50, $100, $200,000 in cash to cover a verdict, that can put somebody out of business.
Oh, geez, yeah, that's a lot. Can you think of some other reasons, why they should get EPLI?
Yeah, I think it shows the employees that you care about them. You care about fair employment practices in the workplace, and you're not an employer that's going to allow employees to be treated unfairly.
Gotcha. Are there any other positive points for EPLI, or any negative ones that that you'd necessarily or specifically raise?
I can't really think of a negative one, honestly. Employers think the premium cost might be something that is prohibitive for them, but really the downside of the skyrocketing legal costs and the potential of a verdict or a large settlement, I think rather an employer consider the risk and take the upfront hit of paying the premiums.
Gotcha. Yeah, I often tell that to our clients, is like, look, an entire year's worth of insurance premium, it's not fun to pay, but 2 or 3, 4 hours of legal time would be more than what you'd pay in an entire year's worth of premium. So, of course, there are always exceptions, depends on the premium cost, but yeah, so awesome. I appreciate that information. So beyond EPLI insurance, is there anything else that this client should be doing? And really all of our clients, but this one in particular?
If we're going to be able to be the best advocate and counselor for our clients, it'd be really helpful if clients contact us a time or two a year
Yeah.
And we just discuss things like EPLI and things like that. Calling us, having a conversation. If they're just calling to ask questions, typically that's something that we do gratis, and we can help them out and head off problems before they arise.
Okay, that's awesome. They'll like that. Appreciate it.